When this project is operating at full capacity, it will rather complement and not compete with fully functional Dangote's refinery and all other refineries dotted across African continent.
Ghana has just launched one of its most ambitious industrial projects yet, a massive petroleum hub that could completely change the country's role in Africa's energy sector. With a 60 billion investment cap still open to investment, this project promises to bring cheaper fuel, thousands of jobs, and major economic growth to Ghana and West Africa. But you might ask, how exactly does it work? And how does it compare to Nigeria's massive Dangote refinery, which is already making waves? Well, let's break it down in simple terms, because trust me, this is big. Before we dive in, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more updates on Africa's biggest development projects, especially Ghana's. Now let's get into it. This is a mega project that will change Ghana forever. Picture this, a giant industrial city dedicated to oil and gas, stretching across 20,000 acres of land in Ghana's western region. This isn't just a refinery. It's an entire energy hub designed to refine crude oil, produce petrochemicals, and store massive amounts of fuel for exports. The first phase alone is staggering: a 300,000 barrel per day refinery, a 90,000 barrel per day petrochemical plant, massive fuel storage tanks, and even a deep sea port for exporting petroleum products. And this is just the beginning. Over the next decade, the hub will expand to include 3 major refineries, each capable of producing between 300,000 and 500,000 barrels per day. When fully completed, Ghana will have a total refining capacity of 1.5 million barrels per day, making it one of the biggest energy hubs on the continent. But here's where it gets even more interesting. This isn't just about fuel. Ghana is thinking bigger. The hub will include 5 petrochemical plants, producing fertilizers, lubricants, and even cosmetics. Yes, cosmetics. This means that Ghana won't just be refining oil, it will be manufacturing products that industries across Ghana rely on every day. And to top it off, this entire project is being built inside a free trade zone, meaning companies operating within the hub will have major tax incentives, making Ghana a key player in Africa's booming energy market. Now you might be wondering this very question: why is Ghana making such a huge bet on oil and gas? Well, here is the reality. Africa produces millions of barrels of crude oil every day, but most of it is just exported raw and then imported back as refined fuel at a higher price. It's just a crazy system that forces African countries to pay more for their own oil. Ghana is saying enough of that. By refining its own oil, Ghana can lower fuel prices, create jobs, and keep billions of dollars circulating within its own economy. Yes, this is possible. It's about energy independence, economic growth, and making sure that Ghana benefits from its own natural resources. This is not just about Ghana. The hub is designed to serve the entire African market, with a focus on the African Continental Free Trade Area. That means Ghana won't just be refining oil for itself, it will be exporting fuel and petrochemical products to other African nations. Ghana's former president Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo was at the groundbreaking ceremony and called the project a cornerstone of Ghana's development. So that's to tell you this project has been going on for a while now, emphasizing that to provide affordable, reliable, and sustainable energy for industries and homes across the country. Well, how will this impact everyday Ghanaians? Some questions you might ask. A project this massive isn't just about the big numbers, it's about real impact on everyday people. First, let's talk about jobs. The government has already announced plans to train 200,000 workers to support the petroleum hub, meaning tens of thousands of new opportunities for engineers, factory workers, technicians, and more. And once the hub is fully operational, it's expected to create a total of 780,000 direct and indirect jobs. Then there's the impact on fuel prices. Ghana currently imports most of its refined fuel, which means prices fluctuate based on international markets. But with its own refinery, Ghana can stabilize prices and ensure a steady and more affordable supply of fuel for both businesses and consumers. And let's not forget about economic growth. This project is attracting billions in foreign investment, which means more businesses, more development, and a stronger economy overall. The government has also allocated 200 million cedis, which is equivalent to $12.8 million, as land compensations for local communities affected by the construction, ensuring that the people of Dramani district benefits directly from the transformation. Dramani district is where the project will be built and located. Now you might ask, Ghana's petroleum hub, how does it compare to Nigeria's Dangote refinery? Of course, anytime we talk about a major refinery project in Africa, the Dangote refinery in Nigeria comes up. So how does Ghana's Petroleum Hub compare? For starters, the Dangote refinery is a single massive refinery, the largest in Africa, with a capacity of 650,000 barrels per day. In contrast to that, Ghana's project is an entire industrial hub with multiple refineries, petrochemical plants, and storage facilities. Another key difference is ownership. The Dangote refinery is privately owned by billionaire Aliko Dangote, while Ghana's Petroleum Hub is being developed through a mixed private and public investment. That's why the 60 billion investment cap, which means that the facility would need about 60 billion to work, and it would not just come from the government but also the private sector majorly. And then there's the focus. Dangote's refinery is primarily designed to serve Nigeria's domestic market, ensuring that the country no longer needs to import refined fuel. Ghana's hub, however, is built with African trade in mind, meaning it's focused on exporting fuel and petrochemical products across the continent. So while both projects are massive game changers, they are fundamentally different in their goals and execution. Now coming to the challenges and what's next. As exciting as all this sounds, there are some challenges ahead. A project of this scale requires massive infrastructural investment, including roads, pipelines, and power supply, all of which must be built on time. There is also competition from other refineries like the Dangote refinery in Nigeria and Sonangol in Angola. Ghana will need to ensure its refining costs stay competitive to attract customers. And of course, there are environmental concerns. Large oil refineries can cause pollution and displacement if not properly managed. So the country must ensure that environmental and social protections are in place. But if these challenges are managed effectively, the rewards will be enormous. Construction on the first phase is already underway as the ground was broken, and over the past few years, Ghana will expand refining capacity from 300,000 to 1.5 million barrels per day. It will also build more petrochemical plants for industrial production and develop export infrastructure to ship fuel across Africa. The country will also train 200,000 Ghanaian workers for industrial jobs. By 2036, Ghana could be one of the biggest players in Africa's energy sector. This isn't just about oil, it's about economic transformation. Ghana's petrochemical hub is a bold and strategic move that could make the country a key energy powerhouse in Africa. If it succeeds, it will lower fuel prices, create thousands of jobs, boost local businesses, and strengthen the Ghanaian economy. All these are perks of this project, and with Africa's energy markets growing rapidly, Ghana is perfectly positioned to take advantage of this shift. What do you think? Will this project make Ghana an energy powerhouse? If this project is completed, I think so, but I want to know what you think as well. Let us know in the comment section below. And before you go, please check out our next video on another groundbreaking African developmental project which I brought you earlier. Thank you, and on to the next video. Please be sure to check this video up next.